Hey, welcome to Inspired by Cyndia. I'm your host, Cyndia, and I am so happy to be here with you guys with my guest, Sherry. How are you today, Sherry?
I'm doing fantastic.
That is awesome. I'm just so excited to have you. We've been talking, and I'm just so excited to talk to you about. We're doing a series on fear, just coming out here and doing what you know to do, being bold in your moves, getting away from the mental aspect of thinking I'm not good enough. And I'm just so happy you're here joining me. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Cherry. I am a 17-year teacher for a student with exceptionality. I recently, since 2019, decided to let my fear go, and I have become a traveling private chef. And I will be owning Juanita's pretty soon, which is a food truck of my dream dedicated to my grandmother.
Nice, nice. What inspired you to come from a teacher to start a food truck?
So, to be honest, cooking have always been a passion of mine. It's actually in my family because I have amazing cooks in my family, not by profession, but like home cooks. My mom is a great cook. My grandma was a great cook. I have an aunt that owned a restaurant in the past, which is also a great cook. So food have always been a blessing in our family. We have very good cooking skills, but I was always told that in order for me to make a living cooking, I have to have money and own a restaurant. So I put that to a side. I put that big imagination as a child to become an amazing chef, and I put the apron away, and I became what my mother thought was best, and it was to become a teacher. So I went the safe way. I was a mother at an early age. By the age of 18, I already had a child, and I needed to, in the way they say, I needed to be responsible, and becoming a teacher was my easy way out to be responsible. So it's a profession that I do love. I love my students. I have been with students with disability for 17 years, and you have to love the profession to stick with it.
I agree.
But it's time for me to make some move and do something else that I love and something that I'm very passionate, which is going in the kitchen. I started slowly. Fear, like we talked briefly, fear actually hold me back a little bit, just because going from a safe zone of being a teacher, earning an income, knowing exactly what was going to happen month after month, summers off, go back to school, winter off. It was a very motherly, easy schedule to follow and live very comfortable with the paycheck and with the style of living. But I decided to become a little bit uncomfortable. In 2019, I started seeking out clients and cooking for them. But then the fear attacked me again. And I do have an amazing business coach that have guided me through the process, and I have stick by me for a while. And she actually put a little bit pressure on me in reference to either you do it right or that's it. We're not doing this. You had to, So she actually was very powerful in showing me and making me understand that I was allowing my ego and my fear overtake what I could offer. I took over again. And we did a lot of, I have a different spiritual belief. We have done meditation with, she's an NLP practitioner, and she teaches us to be able to see ourselves as a child, to see ourselves as our highest self, how you picture yourself. And I remember in one of the exercise when I closed my eyes and I opened my eyes back, the exercise was finished, and she took me all the way to my childhood. So that's when I knew that my answer was to be back in the kitchen, to choose the kitchen, because that's where I saw myself happy and radiant. I was struggling with something much bigger at the time, which it was my obesity. I was morbidly obese at the time. So the fear of being rejected the fear of not being successful, the fear of not being wanted, the fear of getting out of my comfort zone to try something new was very heavy.
Mm.
So I decided to start getting rid of them one by one. And the first thing was I knew I could always go to teaching. So I took a year off, but I live in good standings. So I knew I could go back to that. So that made me feel comfortable knowing that I could go back to what I knew best at the time. Then I
Mhm.
tackled my health and I tackled my obesity. I wouldn't show my face in any of my social media platform. As a matter of fact, I had a person that have followed me for what they saw in my page. They liked, they knew I was a local chef. And the first time I put a picture of me by the food truck, she messaged me, she sent me a DM, and she said, Cherry, I didn't know that you were mindful eats. And that really brought me to tears because I have
Mm.
hide who I was as a person because I didn't want to be rejected.
Mm.
I went through the procedure, become a bariatric patient. I have a bypass surgery done. It was a life changing. It is a life changing. Is one of the best decisions I have made. The mental struggle after the surgery is not was is
Mhm.
one of the toughest things to deal with, which at times it brings fear of failing. So now not only I have the fear of the business, but then I had the fear of failing with myself, with my health,
Mhm.
um, and being afraid of being again the face of my business. But I have become very strong. I have worked on myself in reference to believing on myself, knowing that
Mhm.
I'm capable. I have had a great support system, starting with my business coach. My family has seen my growth. I am building a community slowly. I have amazing women that are supporting me,
Mhm.
and that have made me very strong. So I'm not saying that I don't feel hesitant once in a while,
Mhm.
but a hesitation that used to last days only lasts minutes now.
Nice.
Because tell myself, if you don't try, you're never gonna know.
Yes. I like that. And I like that you mentioned life coaching. You said you
Yes,
hired a coach and it changed your life, right?
yes,
And
yes,
I try to tell people like, yes, you can make moves, but it's so important to invest in yourself and get a
yes.
life coach to help you with these areas in your life. And yeah, I think that is amazing. And you said your surgery, after having surgery, you felt, walk me through the experience.
The surgery was very, and not even was, it's very powerful. I've been on my best way for 2.5 years now. And the surgery was a life changing because I go back to one of the exercises I did with my coach. And she said, describe yourself, describe how you saw myself, how I saw myself and the exercise. And I remember seeing myself standing inside the food truck with the window open, with a slim body, slimmer, no longer being obese, and a big smile.
Mm.
And all everybody there, it was a crowd waiting for me to open the window. And I knew then that that's what I'm meant to do. But it had been through exercises, to their daily practice, to journaling, through manifestation. We cannot be tired of working on ourselves. And I didn't
Yes.
understood how important it was. We cannot be tired. We may slack one day because we're not perfect. One day you may not journal. One day you may not exercise. One day but we got to get back on it. If
Yes.
we don't do it for ourselves, nobody else will do it. And I noticed the more I have put myself first, and I put myself, and I created a lot of boundaries within my family, within my house, and that's what have allowed me to become the best version of myself. And I don't have fear of telling people things how they are now. I i I don't fear people's reaction. I don't fear spending money. I don't fear investing,
Hmm.
just because I know that that's the way to move forward.
Yes, yes. Free is good, but
Yes,
it does cost to continue the education of loving self.
yes,
It's
ma'am.
really true. And yes, religion is important, but also finding the self love within ourself is
Mm,
first. Not first, but it's part
important.
of it because we are part of something bigger. And I try to tell, people all the time. And I like your story because I myself had surgery. I went through the bariatric surgery, and I can say the tools, it was a tool, and I work every day. I go to the gym 5 days a week, and I work really hard on myself. So sometimes I get afraid to tell people I did surgery because they look at you, oh, yeah, you did surgery and that's why you're small. No, I work hard on myself. And I think people don't get that part. It's not just surgery. Yes, we did the tool, or yes, there was a tool, but it took a lot of other work in working on self to
Yes,
get you there. So I
yes,
really like that mentioned the surgery and how you seen yourself, the vision that you put in your head, making it
yes.
come to pass. That is amazing. I really like that.
And I think
Hmm.
if more women were to take the time to be honest to themselves, like how I want to see, how what I want to accomplish,
Hmm.
and like I say, I'm not telling them it's easy, but you know what happened? It's worth it, and if you don't try, you're not gonna know.
Absolutely.
So, what kind of life we want to live? Do we want to live the life that we never know? Or do we want to live the life that we say, hey, I tried that, it wasn't that bad. Or I tried that, it didn't work this way, but we would make it happen another way. There's always a
Right.
way. There is always a
Yes.
way. And I think that everybody out there, every woman is very, very capable. I have procrastinated certain things. And then I say, wow, that was easy. Why did I put up that for so long? That was easy.
Hmm.
I could have done that, And becoming a businesswoman, having been an easy piece, it's a lot of pieces to it. A lot of pieces. I want to do it right, and I have taken my time to do it right. But at the same time, I want to be a businesswoman, but I want to be a good mom, but I also want to be good to myself.
Yes.
And there's time that I put the business on pause, kind of the family and all the activities on pause, and then
Hmm.
give myself the time that I need, the time that
Yeah.
I need to rest, the time that I need to do nothing, the time that I need to be active, the time that
Hmm.
I need to just be within myself. I have learned to be very comfortable with my own skin and to love the body that I have. Like you say, the surgery was just a tool.
Hmm.
The mental struggle that come after the surgery have been a difficult piece for me just because once you're obese, you see yourself obese for a very long time. And I haven't overcome that part. But on
Mm.
the same note, I tell myself, look how far you have come. Look
Yes.
how good you feel. Look how capable you are. And it's not
Hmm.
even just about the look. I have loose skin, which all of us that go through this surgery have loose skin, but I am loving my loose skin. I tell
Hmm.
my body, you are my temple. Because if you wouldn't have hold that heavy woman for so many years, that heavy woman wouldn't be here today feeling lighter. So
Yes.
I have learned to love myself that way. And I think the more that I have empowered me and who I am, the less fear I have about everything.
Yeah, that's really good. You have to love yourself first. And that's how we make it to the next stage. There's levels to this, and you have to love yourself first. So that is amazing. And having family and people around you that can see you in a elevated way. Like you said, your family, your life coach, they tell you it's possible. You're good. The affirmations that you have, speaking those affirmations, um, what inspires you in these days? What inspires you?
Myself, let me tell you,
Mm.
I have a I have my retirement already planned.
Mm.
right? So I have decided that I actually, there's one thing that I learned in the process. I have been, I feel that I have been a very loving mother for a very long time,
Hmm.
but that's as far as I used to extend my love. My children's, for many years, it was just my daughter. Before 16 years later, I had a boy. So for a very long time, it was my daughter and I pour all my love into her, right? But
Hmm.
then life came up. I have my boy, and then I'm like, okay, I pour all my love for them too. But giving just them my love and not giving it to myself, not allowing myself to love a partner, now allowing myself to see life itself as the biggest gift and love life
Hmm.
was limiting me. And I
Yeah.
think doing everything now from a place of love and gratitude, I always say I'm grateful. Many years I did. I'm grateful. But when I learned the true meaning of being grateful. So I am grateful. I live in gratitude. I practice gratitude, and I do everything from my place of love. And that is what motivates me every day. What can I go out there and do today from a place of love? Whose
Yeah.
life I'm going to change? Who I'm going to support? How I'm going to support myself?
Hmm.
And I think just I don't let me tell you, I don't let nobody bother me. I'm not losing my no, I'm in peace. I'm not letting anybody, not even a driver, the crazy drivers, I say, go ahead, have the road for yourself.
Right.
I am not I see somebody angry and I just move the other way because I'm not
Hmm.
letting your anger get to me. That's none of
Yeah.
my business. I stay focused in what my mission is. I stay focused on me and what I need.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I go out
Finding.
there every day motivated. I still deal with my students and I go out there every day
Hmm.
trying to make a difference, not letting things bother me because it's life. And when I see somebody else struggle, I say, man, I wish them well. I say, I send them blessing and good energy and everything will be well. And I keep
Yeah.
going because I cannot make everybody else's problems my problem. So
For
the
sure.
way I make a difference, what motivates me is that I go out there and make a difference. I go out there and make a difference at the school. Whenever I serve in an event, when I travel with my clients, I had the opportunity to travel very far away. I just went around the world uh,
Hmm.
with a team of women, and that was incredible. And I wake up
Nice.
every day to serve them because my job in this earth is to serve, and I know that. So I
Yeah.
get up every day very grateful to see their smile, to see them drink the coffee, to eat the bread that I serve them, to make them a meal, to see them enjoying that meal. And I pour my love into the food, into the words I give them, into my smile to them. And it's amazing. Doing
Yeah.
everything out of a place of love and going out there with a mission of making a difference, that's all we need to do.
That is awesome. That is definitely winning. Winning, serving. That's what we're here for. We're here for each other. You find what works for you and you serve. So right now it's showing your love to the disabled kids, and later it will be showing giving food, showing it in love of what you have within and expressing it on out. So I really enjoyed that you're sharing this with us.
Yeah. Yes, my pleasure.
Yeah. Miss Sherry, I thank you for our conversation, and I thank you for just enlightening us with all that you told us today. Where can we find you?
You can find me in a few ways. You can find me right now I just opened Juanita's food truck is on Instagram. You could find me on Mindful Eat CO. So it's MindFuleAtsco. That's Instagram as a private chef. The Juanita food truck that is opening on March 30th. And you can find Mindful Eat also in Facebook.
Nice. And what kind of foods would you be having in Mindful Eats?
So it's a very diverse menu. So we're gonna have it's how the tags say, there's going to be a little bit for everybody. That's what grandma used to say, hay para todos. That means we have for everybody. So we are going to take care of our vegan, vegetarian customer, just how we are going to have our meat eaters. So we're going to have, it's a type of like rice bowl experience. You will come and you will put different toppings on it, whatever protein you need, and we will have, it's just going to be full of flavor, and it's going to be very diverse, different sauces from different countries. So we're going to be out there pleasing everybody's taste.
Nice. And where are you
Yes.
guys located?
We are right now located in St. Petersburg, Florida, and the plan is to be able to serve the entire Tampa Bay area.
Nice.
As
Awesome.
I said, yeah, and as a private chef, I do serve Tampa Bay. So I have clients in Tampa. I have clients. So I go all around Florida. Plus, I leave the country. So right now, I am serving through Mindful Eats all my other clients around Tampa Bay and outside of Tampa Bay. But the food truck will mainly be in the Tampa Bay area.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're excited and hopefully I get to taste it one of these days.
Of
I'm
course.
actually, yeah, I get to taste it and I'm so excited for you and your new beginnings. I'm excited for you that you're taking the time, forgetting about forgetting about everything else around you and focusing on that one dream that you have, because that's what it's about. Forgetting
Yes.
about all the little things and just going for the big dream. And here you are. And I'm so happy that it's right here. It's around the corner. March is here. So good for
Yes.
you.
And I think that if we see life and understand that the possibilities are really endless,
Yes.
a lot
Yes.
of us will continue being successful because there's no limit. We have no limits. We set our limits. And if you choose not to set limits in your life, all of you could be very successful. It's very
Yes.
possible.
Yes. So go after the big dream.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I thank you again for being on my podcast. And
My
you have a good
pleasure.
day. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.